Are you over the age of 50 and tired of the 9 to 5 grind? Do you feel stuck in a routine that limits your potential? If so, you're not alone. Today, we're going to dive into how to escape the employee mindset and start thinking like an entrepreneur. By the end of the video, you'll have actionable strategies to shift your perspective and embrace more fulfilling path. Hi, if you don't know who I am, my name is Cyril. I'm a husband, a dad of 2 adult children, and a retired risk analyst. I help families start an online business where they get to keep 100% the profit and don't have to bug family and friends. If you want to learn more about how to get started, check out my first link in my bio to get started. First, let's define what's an employee mindset. It often revolves around seeking security, following a routine, and sticking to an established protocol. While there's nothing wrong with having a job, this mindset can limit your creativity and personal growth. You might find yourself relying on a steady paycheck, fearing risk, and focus more on the job title than your own development. But this doesn't have to be this way. Now let's explore some key mindset shifts that can help you think like an entrepreneur. The first is from security to opportunity. Instead of viewing challenges as a threat, see them as an opportunity to grow and embrace uncertainty as part of your journey. Number 2, from fixed to growth mindset. Adopt a growth mindset. Remember, your ability can develop through dedication and hard work. Successful entrepreneurs are lifelong learners. Number 3, from passion to productivity. Take initiative. Don't wait for opportunities to come to you. Actively seek out to create them. Number 4, shift your perspective. Number 4, competition to collaborations. Shift your perspective from seeking from other competitors and view them as potential collaborators. Networks can lead to amazing opportunities. And number 5, fear of failure to resilience. Understand that failure is a natural part of entrepreneur process. Every setback is a lesson that you can learn for the future. So for instance, when I got started in this online space, I was scared because I didn't know what I needed to do. I was nervous and I had to find some challenges that I needed to do. I had to make sure that my household was okay. You know, my kids are all grown, so I didn't have to worry about my kids. So that's the reason why, I was 52, and actually the beginning of this year, I decided that, you know what, there was no more growth in being a risk analyst. So that's why I decided to become an online entrepreneur. So some of the key points that I just gave, use them. Don't be scared of taking chances. Don't be scared to look for opportunities, because there's so many opportunities. You just got to be more aware of what's out there. Now, there's the next part is daily habits of an entrepreneur. Now that we've discussed the mindset shift, let's talk about some daily habits that you successful entrepreneurs practice. Set goals. Start your day off by setting clear, actionable goals. Write them down and review them regularly to keep yourself accountable. One of the things I like to do is I would recommend just write down about 3 goals per day. And they're small goals. They're really small goals. Like for instance, one of my goals was I wanted to get up at 7. That was a goal. So I made that sure that was a goal. The next one was I wanted to make sure that I was going to exercise every day. That's a goal. So that you write it down and you check it off. Set small goals, or if you're a person that doesn't like to eat breakfast, put that as a goal. Start off with small goals. The next one is don't forget continuing learning. Make that a habit to read books, take online courses, attend workshops. The more you learn, the more you grow. So for instance, when I'm not a big reader. I find it because I'm always on the go. One of the things I like to do is I like to purchase audiobooks, game changer. And what I do is I'll put something that I want to learn in the car. So instead of listening to like radio, sports, or music, I'll put in an audiobook and then I listen to it. And then you get to learn, you get to absorb all that information as you're driving. So that's another way you can learn as you're doing other tasks. Like, so as you're driving, you can do that. It's inexpensive now, audiobooks. So, or you know what's another great one is podcasts. If you like podcasts, find a podcast that you like. Like if you like cooking, get a cooking podcast. Or if you like how to fix cars, get a podcast about how to fix cars and learn as you drive. Next is networking. Build a supportive network. Attend events, join online communities, and seek out mentorship. Surround yourself with like-minded individuals can inspire you to and motivate you. I think this is probably I think this should have been number one. I read a book one time, or I think I listened to a book, not read, and they say your wealth is determined by your network. So the network of people that are surrounded you, it all comes down to who you surround yourself with. So for instance, like in our community, we're all entrepreneurs, okay? We're entrepreneurs. So I'm surrounding myself with entrepreneurs. And I don't know if you heard this saying that if you surround yourself with 5 entrepreneurs, you be the 6th. It's the same as if you surround yourself at 5 people who don't want to do anything, like just hang out, then you be the person that just hangs out. So, surround yourself with like-minded individuals and then see your skill set take off, because we're all in the same boat and we all have the same mindset. So it's really great for you to surround yourself with that. The next one is time management. Useful, effective time management technique. Prioritize your tasks and consider using productivity tools to stay organized and focused. One of the things I use, and it's probably one of my favorite, is like Google Docs. Not Google Docs, Google Calendar. Because what's great about it is that's what I use to stay organized. And then I share my calendar with my family, or I share my calendar with my network, so that when somebody wants to schedule your time, they can quickly look at, hey, Cyril's busy on this time. They can see what you're doing at that time. It's also good to schedule because I do a lot. I take care of my parents. I'm home. I do other stuff. So it's always make sure to have great time management. This is going to transition over to an entrepreneur. So these are daily tasks that you should use to make sure that you get to that next level. Now, this one is probably the biggest, overcoming fear and failure. Like shifting is a hurdle. Like one of the biggest hurdles is shifting to an entrepreneurial mindset is overcoming fear and failure. And how do you tackle this? One of the things is you want to reframe what failure is. Instead of seeing failure as a setback, view it as a stone of success. Every failure brings value. So anytime you fail something, just look at it as what you can learn from it. For instance, my wife and I, we've done other businesses, and some fail. None were successful. Some succeeded. They made some money and we were grateful for it, but we learned from them, So just refrain from failures as setbacks. The next one is learn from your mistakes. It kind of ties in with the first one. Reflect on your experiences. Check to see what went wrong, what you can do different next time. This is a reflection on growth. Starting a business online, I always wanted to understand what was search engine optimization, and I couldn't understand, but I made some mistakes and I learned I was like, oh, that's how it works. So those are some of the things that there were failures, but I learned from them. The next one is take smaller risks. Start with small, manageable risks. This can help you build a confidence with the ability and the way you handle challenges. Like take smaller risks. I'm gonna give you another one. So we used to run in our other businesses, we used to run what's called like ads, okay? And you have to put some sort of monetary, to run an ad, you have to put some money behind it. And at first we just say, okay, we created an ad and this was the best, and okay, will spend a lot of money, and it flopped. It didn't succeed. But now looking back, I would have taken a smaller risk, like let's say spend a smaller amount to test out to see if this ad works, test it against 2 other ads. So that's why when starting, I recommend starting small. Start small and then build your way up. So one of the analogies that I heard the other day, actually I was reading a book or listening to a book, and one of the person said they had to build a wall, okay? And there was the kids, I think it was 2 boys, and they were like, oh, this is gonna take forever. They were complaining, and the father pulled them aside and says, don't look at the wall as the finished product. Just lay the brick perfectly. Lay one brick perfectly and just focus on that. So that's what they did. They just focus on laying the brick one by one, and eventually there's the wall. So it just kind of resonated with me that you start with small and then you have the bigger solution. So start small. Now remember, escaping from an employee mindset and thinking like an entrepreneur is a journey. It takes time, effort, and the willingness to embrace challenges. By adapting these mindsets and shift and daily habits, you can be well on your way to fulfilling and successful life. If you found this video helpful, and don't forget to like this video, it really helps, and subscribe if you want to learn more, and hit that notification bell for more content like this. What mindset shift are you most excited to implement? Let me know in the comments below, and thank you for watching, and stay tuned to the next video. Okay, bye for now.